this.
So move.
Second.
Chief, were you going to address
I'm way
this?
back here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I'll address it briefly. This ordinance proposed comes by way of public safety, who requested that I explore this further. The police department has seen a growing increase of persons occupying various right-of-ways. We've received dozens of complaints in 2022, and my understanding is prior to me getting here in 21, we've consistently received complaints. The City of Madison instituted an ordinance restricting persons occupying the medians in their city, several roadways, and they have past couple years have beefed up enforcement, which our officers have reported in encountering and talking to persons who have occupied our rights of ways along various points in our city, have moved to our area because Madison has told them they're not allowed in Madison to occupy their roadways. This isn't, in my opinion, necessarily an issue of panhandling, although I understand that's what's oftentimes being done there. It's an issue of safety, and so that's why I brought it to public safety, and I think it's appropriate to follow suit for the City of Madison and other communities in Wisconsin that have gone to similar ordinances to give this serious consideration. I think it's before this body to review and maybe discuss the fee for the violation. Is that not accurate?
Are there any questions for the chief? Alder Wood?
Yeah, I guess I'm wondering, do we expect that we would actually be able to collect fees, forfeitures from people if they are in fact panhandling? I understand the problem isn't maybe not the panhandling itself, but this unsafety of being in the median. But are we going to prosecute these and actually collect anything?
Attorney Cole's in the room, so I'll defer to him, but if I may, I'll just insert this. That was a really good question, Alder Wood, and something that was asked at Public Safety and discussed for several minutes. Our officers are trained, and we hire people to show empathy, to treat each case individually, and they have discretion in that. And I expect them to utilize the appropriate level of discretion case by case. However, I can say that we do issue people who are homeless tickets as not for being homeless. People who were involved in crashes and they were at fault, persons who violate ordinances and they were at fault. The officers have used their discretion throughout the course of their duty to issue a citation. So it's not something that would be new necessarily. The officers would still retain their discretion. We would do an educational period. So if somebody looks as if they're clearly from out of town, they have no clue what our ordinance is, I expect that our officers would inform and educate before issuing. And I have the authority to request that citations be rescinded if I disagree with the officer's assessment in issuing. But Attorney Cole can speak to persons paying and pleas and all that stuff.
I think you're right that truly indigent people that are panhandling, they would not, they'd be all but judgment proof. At the municipal court level, if they requested indigency, the court clerk would give them the indigency forms, would relieve them from any monetary judgment. The court theoretically has the ability to do non-monetary things, suspending hunting licenses, driving licenses. Person could be, if they weren't indigent, we could take those actions. We could jail them. We don't, because the city would be charged that for the county. I think the real purpose here is to have it on the books so that the officer can get people out of the right-of-way. Because right now, without an ordinance, there's really nothing prohibiting somebody from effectively loitering in the median. I think this at least makes it improper and allows the officer to ask the person to move. If he doesn't move, to cite him. I certainly agree if they're truly indigent, it's not collectible. I think the main purpose here is to have a basis to ask them to move. Number two, to seek monetary forfeitures against people that are not indigent and are doing this as a profit motive type thing. And number three, to truly protect the public safety here. I tend to agree with the chief that it's just not good having a lot of people in the median doing this sort of thing. So the more we can dissuade that, I think that helps public safety. But the point is absolutely accurate that truly indigent people will be uncollectible. We won't receive monetary forfeitures from them.
Doug?
And a follow-up question for either one or both of you. So if the officers go and they ask them to move, they don't move, they write the citation, what if the person still says they won't move? I mean, would they be able to arrest them? Would it be disorderly conduct?
I think the goal is voluntary compliance, but you know, there are situations in which we have no people, in which the officers are expected to invest as much time as they're able to persuade that individual. There might be underlying issues such as mental health issues or just an overall fear or history with police officers that the officers are trained to acknowledge and respond to. I think what you're getting at, Alder, is can we take somebody to jail? That is within our right to do and our authority to do. That is the absolute last and worst case scenario. The officers do not want to haul people to jail for littering, for example. You know, so
Right.
This is something we definitely the officers don't want to do. It's like the Attorney Cole mentioned. There's a high likelihood that we're going to be on the hook for that, but also obviously that can be very traumatic for that individual involved too. So the short answer is that's going to be my directive, is that's the preference, but I don't want to take all the tools away from the officers, because there might be an instance in which throughout exhausted efforts, contact with social services organizations, repeat offenders, that we've had numerous attempts to try to dissuade them from being in this hazardous location. For their safety and for the safety of others, we might have to take that person into custody.
Anything else?
No, well, I do, but I'll save it for city council. I have another point that really doesn't relate to finance, so that's all.
All right. If there are no further questions, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hey.
Motion passes. Next item, D, convening closed session under Wisconsin statute section 19.85, paren 1, paren G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. This regards the claim of Rosemary Deguadillo. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
So move.
Second?
Clerk, please call the roll.
Alder Thomas,
Aye.
Alder Wood,
Aye.
Motion passes. Bill, could you tell them that we're in closed session then? Did you get that, Aline?
Yep.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Next, item G, acceptance of general fund accounts payable checks dated December 16th, 2022 through January 12th, 2023. Documentation of invoices paid is available in the city clerk's office.
Yes, not a lot of activity, but page 26, 27, 28, these are 4 approved renewal Monona loans that were just recently paid out. Page 32, Jackson Tree Care, they're back with the ash tree removals. Underneath that, Kaiser Ford, car 3 repair. There was an accident, we had to repair that car. LW, underneath that, LW Allen, this is part of the capital budget, SCADA upgrades. Page 33, very kind of towards the end of MSA Professional Services Edward Project. They just recently received the bids from that, and so they're a little over budget. So they're looking at that with Madison and the state DOT. So we'll probably come back here with maybe a budget amendment, or we don't know if we'll have enough to cover it. But they did,
Is this the Atwood Avenue?
yeah.
Okay.
I believe, I can't remember, Dorada Cottage Grove, such as an H, not Homburg, but the other one. They received a bid. Page 37, Exley Burleson, I just want to point out, general costs and everything's on target. The biggest one is look at redevelopment matters. That's all your TIFs, coded to a TIF. So, with these developers agreements and all that stuff that goes with it, that gets recorded there. Let's see. I had one other thing I wanted to mention. Page 45, just want to mention this was brought up, East Madison Toyota. We just recently got a Camry hybrid. The chief was telling us today in a meeting that they're having a lot of problems with the hybrids right now. Just recently, one of the engines basically exploded during almost like a chase. So we're having a lot of issues with that. I know they're going to look and see what's the best way to, do we go back to the regular gas or go back or the hybrid? There's been a lot of issues that we've had recently with the hybrids.
Is that with the Ford Explorer hybrids, or any hybrid? It is. And they've been an issue all along, right? Okay.
So just be aware of that. That's an issue that they're looking into.
Mark, did you say it caught on fire?
No, they're basically during a chase. The engine blew. Basically, they didn't caught on fire, but basically they were doing kind of a chase, and basically, I don't know, went down to like.
I'll just be brief. It was actually after the chase.
Oh, after the
it went
chase.
into limp mode.
Limp mode.
And when we took it to Kaiser, this is the fifth time or something that's happened. When we went to the Kaiser, they said the engine needs to be completely replaced.
Okay. I mean, I have read that hybrids have a much higher rate of fires than electrical vehicles. So we do have electric squads, right?
Not completely.
No.
They're all hybrids right now.
They're all hybrid?
Well, is Sarah's a hybrid?
All hybrid.
All hybrids.
Yeah. Any other questions? Mark, did you have anything else about the bills?
No, that's it.
Okay, all in favor of accepting the bills, please say aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry, is there a motion to accept the
I'll
bills?
move to accept the.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.